Hey guys, Romain Grosjean here. I'm at the Miami GP answering question for JP Morgan. Technology has come a long way since I started. Obviously, in 2014 was a V6 hybrid engine that came in, and there's a lot of effort made towards sustainability in motor racing in general, with better fuel, with better tires, more efficient car. I think the technology nowadays of a Formula One engine is absolutely stunning. You know, it's a small V6, 1.6 liters, and you get 1,000 horsepower out of it. You only have 110 kilos to do 300 kilometers, the race distance. And all in all, the consumption for what power and the use is absolutely amazing. The cost cap has been one of the best ideas over the last few years. You know, there are teams that were spending 5 times more than a smaller team. There's still small teams that don't get to the limit of the cost cap, and I think it was the right balance to find. It was a tough one to find because obviously the top team didn't want a cost cap, they had that advantage. And the smaller one wanted it. I think they got to the right place and we've seen better racing. We still see the big team, Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes at the front, but we've also seen some other teams coming in and playing into there. You know, Aston Martin's been doing really good this year. The whole fit has come back together. We're seeing Williams fighting for points as well as Haas. I hope that they can make sure that they can polish it nicely in the next few years. The sport is driven by a lot of data. There's so many sensors on a Formula One car. The thing that is tricky in motorsport, and which is also beautiful, is that you are a data-driven car with the best aerodynamics, the best engine, all the sensors in the world, but there's still a human being driving the car. And the human being may have feelings that the data or the sensor don't really get. So it's finding that right spot between what the data are saying and the pure mathematical numbers versus what the driver is saying and how the driver can go fast with what he's got. There's a lot of way to use the data to improve the car performance. There's obviously the big one, the aerodynamic in Formula One, where they looked at every data. They try to produce more downforce without adding too much drag on the car. They want to make sure that the whole package is very solid through the corners, the straight line, the different conditions. The driver, we look at very few data. We only need the speed of the car, the steering input, brake pedal input, throttle pedal input, and maybe gear ratio. So we can compare our data compared to our teammates. We see that our teammate brakes maybe 10 meters later in turn 1 and goes on throttle 20 meters early in turn 3, and that's what you need to know to do for the next session. So that's how we improve. But then the engineers, they look at everything, obviously from the reliability point of view, but also from the performance point of view. Fuel efficiency, that's been a big key in the last few years. You're limited in kilos, so it's not in liters. So lighter your fuel is, more you can put in the tank, further you can go. So there's been, drivers have to fuel save sometimes, meaning we have to drive in a different way to make sure that our consumption stays on target. And tires, the same thing. They have an operating window, which is a temperature and a certain slide that you can put, or stress that you can put on the tire, and you need to be within that temperature window for them to perform at their best. And tires also have a memory. So everything you do on a tire early in the race, you're going to pay the price for later on. So that's where the driver is very important, but also they can see with the data if you're overdoing it or underdoing it. There's been a lot of development in the right direction. I mentioned sustainability. Obviously, motorsport now being the best sport for that. But again, we can bring some new technology towards everyday's car, towards tires, towards fuel, that makes it more efficient for the future, which is great. The sports, I think we're going to have some nice fights over the next few years. I think 2026 is a new regulation coming. So again, that's a new for everyone in Formula One. See who gets it right or wrong, and there's new constructor coming in. So there's a bright future.